Hi, Athens. This is Nan Michael with Athens Kaleidoscope. I'm here with my co-producer, Jane Pinwell, who's feeling a little under the weather, but I'm glad that she gritted her teeth and came into the studio, and we know that she's going to continue to laugh through her pain.
I just hope nothing painful happens while I'm here.
Well, I've got something painful for you to start off with.
Oh, Lord, what?
When spiders fall from the sky.
Oh, heavens above.
Did you read that?
No.
Okay. In southern Australia, it's raining spiders.
Oh, my gosh.
Spiders can ride the wind using an ingenious migration method of little parachutes that they can set, and they lift them in the wind and they rain down. And so in one place in Australia, the sky was filled with spiders raining down.
Oh, my God. For me, that's a reason to go to the airport immediately and get out of there. Oh, I can't even imagine. They'd probably have to take me to the emergency room for a shot. To be sedated. Spiders started raining down out of the sky. Oh! See, why did you have to tell me that?
Here is a field covered with a little spider web.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I'm sorry, forgive me.
It's creepy crawlies. I don't mind snakes, okay? I can take a snake. I can take rats, mice, anything but something that's got a bunch of little legs and scurries around. Ooh. Yuck! My grandmother used to say, big old you and a little old spider. You know, you could just step on it and mash it. I'm like, I know, but it still scares me.
Yeah.
And logic tells me, you know, that I can do something with that spider, but it still gets me. You know, logic has nothing to do with it, obviously.
Well, recently we spoke, due to me, Crone, about aging.
Oh, yes.
And I hate to tell you that the oldest person in the world just died.
Oh.
I'm sorry. No, that's a lie.
Oh, well, good.
She turned 116.
Wow, 116. Did you ever read that book, The Oldest Living Confederate Widow? Oh, you should read that. It's really good.
Well, this was Geraldine Talley in Michigan, and she turned 116 last week. And before that, the oldest known to science was Jeannie Calment of France, who lived to 122.
Mercy, 122. That's a lot right there. That's a lot.
The one just before her reached 119, Jeannie Calment of France.
I remember.
I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Sarah Nouse of Pennsylvania at 119.
Well, give Sarah her due, for goodness sake. You know, I read or saw, I think I saw on television, in London, they were building some building, and they discovered this huge cemetery that they hadn't known was there. You know, it was down underneath all the rubble and everything. So they started excavating the bodies out of there before they built the building. And somebody got the idea to study and see how old they were, because they were buried like in the 14 and 1500s, you know, way long ago. And they discovered that the ratio of old to young was the same then as it is now. We think people live a lot longer now, and some people do. But the ratio of long-lived to young, you know, the ratio of people living to old age and dying was the same then as it is now. The ratio hasn't changed.
Oh dear.
Yeah, the number of people, it may have changed now because we are having a lot more people lived to be in their 80s and 90s. But at that time, this has been some years ago, like 10 or 15 years ago, the ratio was the same. So even in the 1400s and the 1500s, people lived to be 100. I mean, a tiny little speck of, the population. But it happened. So I think aging is genetic more so than anything. Unless,
Right, we can eat anything we want.
Just about. I think so. Just about. If you've got good genes for longevity, I think you have to do a lot to mess that up. Really.
Wow.
Because, there you go. There's the proof. If people in the 1400s lived to be 100, I mean, that was horrible. Think of what they ate. Good grief. We'd probably die right on the spot today if we ate what they ate.
Well, I would definitely be dead if I didn't have two new heart valves and colonoscopy quite frequently, because my mother died of colon cancer, and they have gotten, time before last, they got 4 polyps, which is, I mean, I would be dead as a doornail by now, and I'm glad I'm not right now. But, I was looking at something on the internet the other day, and they were selling a form of niacin, I think, 3 niacin, I don't know. And they said they can't prove that it works for everyone, but if you want to take your chances, it may let you live a lot longer.
Why?
Now, well, they went into, I can't. It's something about helping something release something that makes you age. But what occurred to me is they may be riding on the placebo effect.
Well, yes, obviously, that's possible.
And that
for sure.
Placebo effect is quite high.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you could take this and your mind could tell you you're getting better, and you would attribute it to this new medication.
Very possibly, very possibly. Well, look, remember back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, all those snake oil salesmen, they'd come to town, and remember the Music Man, he comes to town, he's got a band and everything, and he's got all this stuff, and he's saying, oh, this is going to cure all your ills and everything. That was nothing but placebo. And some people got better. So yeah, your brain, your mind is more powerful than a lot of medications you can take.
Well, recently we talked about the movement for students at universities to be able to carry guns so they could protect themselves.
That's almost as scary as the spiders.
Well, there are, I guess, 15 bills before state congresses to do this, but only one state has any chance of passing the bill. And guess what state that is? Not Ohio.
Texas.
Yes.
There you go. That Texas, I'm telling you. They're going to probably have to just create their own country down there, I think, because they're so far afield from what the rest of the country is doing and thinking and so on. I don't know.
I didn't give her the answer. Remember that $64,000 question?
Yeah.
They had, and they kicked that guy off because he'd been cheating for years on their.
Well,
she's not. Is this
I am
because she doesn't have $64,000 for the right answer?
You're not giving it to me anyway. So. Well, I do this every day on my email. I get a trivia question. And I pride myself that I do not look it up. I don't Google it. I just answer it. If I don't know, I guess. And currently, I'm at 64%. I'm doing 64%, a little bit better than average.
Wow, so you clutter up your mind with all kinds of trivia.
I love trivia. My mind's already cluttered up. I love trivia. I just love trivia. and all that kind of stuff.
Does that include phone numbers?
No. Mm-mm. No, I don't even have room for that. No. Nah.
I'm still working on passwords, and I can't remember my cell phone number.
Well, you know what I do? I put all my passwords in my
Don't tell 'em,
address
don't
book.
tell 'em.
In my address book.
Ah.
So if you ever get a hold of my address book, you'll have all my passwords. But that's what I do, and I always have my phone with me. So oh yes, right. So I can pretty much always get the right password. Not 100%, but so if you have Outlook or something like that, just put your passwords in your address book.
Did you say outlaws?
Outlook.
Oh. If you've got any outlaws, you might
Yeah.
get rid of them.
As opposed to your in-laws, you have outlaws.
How about if you have outlaw in-laws?
Oh, Lord. Yeah, they're probably from Texas.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised. So anyway, I think that I have a horrible problem that I'll tell about.
Okay.
almost,
Besides spiders.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, that's an eternal problem for me. But day before yesterday, yes, Monday, I opened my water bill, and it was for $195. $195, my water bill. Normally $45. Okay? So, I just,
You didn't take a lot of baths.
No, and plus that it's when I was gone on vacation as well. So I called the water office. And the lady, I said, how much water was this for $195? She tells me 22,000 gallons. 22,000 gallons while I was gone on vacation. I wasn't even in the house. And I don't think Chelsea, my cat, was flushing the toilet. And even if she had, she couldn't have done it. 22,000 gallons. My next door neighbor told me one of those big tanker trucks of water is only 10,000 gallons. So it's 2 big tanker trucks full of water. It's impossible. So I think there has to be something wrong with the meter.
So what did you tell her?
I told her there was something wrong with the meter, but she wouldn't listen.
She
So,
wouldn't.
No, she just poo-pooed that idea. She said my toilet was running, and I said, my toilet could run for 3 months, and it wouldn't be 22,000
Good
gallons.
Lord.
I said, do you realize that would probably fill up the Athens swimming pool? Do you realize how much water that is? Well, no luck there, so I'm going to call the mayor's hotline and ask for whoever's in charge of the whole, Athens utilities thing.
There's a mayor's hotline?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh, yeah, there's a mayor's hotline. You can call the mayor's hotline about anything. Chances are nobody will answer, but if you leave a message, they will get back with you. I've done it a couple times.
If I called it, I'd ask him again why he's not running.
Oh, well, it's not for that.
He's a good mayor.
He is a good mayor, I agree. And the most upsetting thing that I called about was when they were redoing the Super America gas station, which at that time I lived right across the street from it. I came home from work and they were over there. I don't know how many bulldozers and all this stuff, and dust was blowing over and everything. And I look at my watch and it's after 5 o'clock. So I thought, well, I'll wait. Maybe they're quitting at 5:30. No, they didn't quit at 5:30. They were still going. 6 o'clock, they didn't quit. So I called the mayor's hotline. And I went out there with my phone and I said, just in case you think I'm exaggerating, here, listen.
And the next day when he got around to answering.
Left that message. Actually, I walked closer and closer through my yard. I said, now I'm standing on the sidewalk. Hear that? It gets louder and louder. And, they told that guy he has to stop at 5. I was so pleased. Of course, I wasn't the only one that called.
They told him not to stop it?
No, they told him to
stop.
He has to.
Oh,
Has to stop
all right.
at 5. And I'm sure I wasn't the only one.
So they didn't tell you, but they told the guy?
Yeah, so the next day when I came home from work, he was, downing tools and getting ready to go. And
Good for you. You were heard.
I was heard. I and probably 100 other people we all called, I imagine. But that it's a small town, so I think calling the mayor's hotline can be effective.
It's nice,
here.
yes.
If it were Columbus, I'd say, don't even bother. But here it's a small town, and I think it can help. And I know there's something wrong. I mean, it's obviously absurd. 22,000 gallons. If she had said 2,200 gallons even, which also would be absurd, but not so absurd. But 22,000, that's so much water that it's not even conceivable.
Well, you'd think that the answerer at the water department would be a little better informed.
I think she's just there to get people to pay their bill, I don't think she's there to solve problems.
Anyhow.
Yeah. So I'm working more on this next week. I'll tell you what's going to happen as a result of this. But I don't know, the city attorney may come after me because I'm not paying that bill. I know that neither I nor anybody that came into my house to feed Chelsea the cat used 22,000 gallons of water in a week. It's just not possible.
Well, it's good we're not California.
Oh my
You'd
God.
already be in prison.
Oh, probably. And my cousin lives in Santa Fe, and they have the same thing. They have a constant drought. And if they find you they watch your consumption. And they come and knock on your door and say, what the heck were you doing?
Well, that company that's stealing water from the environment and selling it to people.
Probably what happened to my water. They probably came over there, realized I wasn't home, got my garden hose.
Did I tell you she was a little paranoid?
Filled up one of those 10,000-gallon tankers.
And bottled it.
My neighbor said, do you realize how long it would take to fill up a 10,000-gallon tanker with a garden hose? Said, yeah, it would take a while, I guess.
Oh, dear.
So what, that water was never used. That's just, it's my opinion, it's just a flaw. The meter, maybe it got struck by lightning. I don't know what happened to it, but something's wrong with the meter. So, the ongoing saga. More on this next week, as I said, the 22,000 gallons. And if any of you have that 22,000 gallons of water, if you did
bring
come
it
over
back
and take it by using my garden hose, just tell me anonymously, because otherwise I'm going to be in the biggest fight with the city of Athens ever known.
Ooh.
I'm not giving up on this because it's absurd and ridiculous, and it didn't happen. So we'll see.
So I don't know how we're doing about time, but you have just a couple of minutes to tell us about one of the books that you read.
Oh, gee whiz. She's just hit me with this. I didn't even know she was going to say that.
You get that electronic
yes.
books from
Kindle.
Amazon?
Kindle. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to have to see your video, and then I'll talk about the book afterwards, because I have one that I'm reading right now that I like a lot. But
My first book, I've finally agreed to put it on Kindle.
Oh yeah.
So
sure, why not?
it's on Kindle now.
Okay, so what's the title?
Fallout.
There you go. Fallout by Nan
Survivor
Michael.
talks to incest offenders.
There you go. It's
Plus
on.
her journal. And I just finished my second book.
Oh, you swore you'd never write another one.
I know, but I wrote a fun one.
So sly.
Oh,
She's
it was
so sly.
I didn't want to throw away the experience that I got from Create Space. Because, once you learn how to do that, you can just spit out books left and right, and you don't have any publisher to boss you around.
Well, there you go. So what's this one about?
Well, this is built upon my earlier poems and short stories.
Oh.
I've got about 6 short stories in there and a bunch of poems and and I brushed up both. And I got some illustrations from Public Domain that are so cute. I just love them. So that was, it was almost like I went into the wrong profession. I got so much fun from picking out illustrations to go with the poems.
Good.
And there are sections in this book. This book is called Time Wrinkles. I was going to have it named Wrinkles in Time, but then I realized that someone had already taken that, so I changed it to Wrinkle in Time, and then someone called my attention to the fact that it had already been taken, and so I ended up with Time Wrinkles.
I like it. Time Wrinkles.
And the cover and the back are both from Public Domain, and it's a beautiful cover. And the sections are first primordial.
Oh.
The second is whimsy, because I gotta, hook them in.
Yeah, right.
Next is poetry. The next is strife.
Oh, strife. Interesting.
And I got a cute drawing of two skeletons with rapiers fighting for that section off Public Domain. And then there is it in-game and reality, and I think the last is, I don't know, it has a picture of God on the front of the section. And so it was just a bunch of fun. And I must admit that I haven't gotten the final proof from my copy editor, who is my cousin and who knows not to make too many corrections. But the minute she does, everything's ready to go.
Well, good.
And Creative Space will take 1 day to approve it, and it should be on the market within the week, less than a week.
Wow. I'm in the throes of doing one myself. But
You are?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I always am, but I never get anything finished. That's my problem. And I think I might finish this one. I really do. But it's for younger people. It's really for my grandchildren. I'm really writing this.
Unwrinkled people.
Unwrinkled, yes. I'm writing this for my grandchildren. And it's about their great-grandfather, Tommy Williams, who came over here from Wales. And all the trials and tribulations that got him in the position to come here from Wales, or motivated him, I guess I should say, to come here from Wales. Now, whether or not they're going to think anything of it now, I don't know. Probably not. But as they get older, they might get interested.
Well, after they read it, you could do what Jamie Tevis did. She made flashcards and showed them names, and they're supposed to identify what the relationship is.
Oh, they wouldn't even sit there. That would never work. No way. But they do, the older ones get the idea that my maiden name was Williams. They've got that idea. So they understand that they are related to some people named Williams because that was my maiden name.
Duh. So, how old are they?
12 and 14.
Well, they're getting a late start at genealogy, aren't they?
I don't know. Well, they're so disinterested and just not.
They're not old enough. You have to be pretty old to get interested in family stuff.
I think
because
so,
you
too.
want to be remembered yourself. And I think ancestor worship was a good idea.
I think so, too. I think that's great. And I tell you this much, my grandmother will never be dead as long as I'm alive, because she planted herself right in my brain. I can hear her voice sometimes telling me stuff. So there's something to it, I do believe. People live on in you, for sure, if they were very influential in your life.
One of my poems is about that.
And Callie would be happy to hear this. She really would.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't think she ever thought she was going to die. she just keeled over one day, so there you go. Well, it looks like we're going to have to move on to the video. What is it? Tell them what it is, Nan.
Well, you're going to see it in a minute, but and you'll have deja vu. But it's an interview with the youngest current volunteer producer, William, and I let him say his last name. But he is so energetic, and he's got so much energy.
Now, when you say youngest, how old is he?
10.
10! Wow.
And he made a movie. 3 movies I think we're going to see. One is built on the other. And I asked him what he's going to do when he grows up, and he's going to have a comedy studio in his home. He's also going to have his own network.
Well, good for him.
So,
everybody should dream. So now let's see William and Nan.
all right. Well, Kaleidoscope is welcoming a new video volunteer today. And William is going to be our youngest producer yet. So welcome to William, and he's 10 years old, and I'm going to let him pronounce his last name. Welcome. Now you can talk.
Well, I think this is the first time that there was a comedy show on this channel. And I know that there's news that are not comedy mostly. So I just like that type of genre of television shows.
William has had a show he made, I think it's about 5 minutes, and it played on home videos last week. And later in the show today, we're going to show it.
Well, I gotta say something. The first episode is 5 minutes, the second episode is 10 minutes, and I think the third episode is gonna be about 20 to 22 minutes.
Wow.
The time keeps going up because I can't hardly control, like when I write, like on the computer, on the first episode, I thought it would be 15 minutes, but it was 5 minutes. I'm like, I gotta find a way to time my own writing. I can't get it all the way up to 20 minutes. I don't know how everybody does that.
You're doing very well. How did you get to know how to work one of these machines, and what do you edit with? Is it iMovie?
I edit with a PC because my dad has a PC.
It's probably iMovie. That's what I use here.
I use Windows Movie Maker on my dad's PC because that's the only editing program that my dad has. But on episode 2, I edited it with Windows Movie Maker, and then I took some kind of semi-card, and then I plugged it into a computer, put it into that computer, and I edited it. I cropped some of it. Like later, you'll see me walking on the patio at my house. I film all of it at my house. Me walking on the patio, and me just about to slip on a banana peel, and then it goes back to normal, and then I fall down, and then Alex falls down. Yeah, Alex is my special assistant. He's usually quiet. Yeah, he needs a microphone.
Okay. Well, now, what school do you go to?
Morrison Elementary.
Oh,
it
I
just
think.
it got out last Wednesday.
Uh-huh. And you're 10 years old, and what grade have you been in? Are you going to next time?
5th grade. I am going to 5th grade. I was in 4th grade when
Okay,
I was. Yeah.
that makes sense. So how long have you been making, whatever you call them, movie-lets?
A movie. TV show. I think I've been. I usually do it every other weekend or every other weekend, like a weekend. You just.
How long ago did you start? Have you been doing it a year?
Well, this is the first time that I've ever written a TV show and put it on this television, because the first time I heard about it was when my dad's Barbara Campanola, which my dad was talking about my TV show, and then she just brought it up for me. I'm like, oh yay! I got a channel for my TV show. Thanks to Barb. She knows a lot of things.
Yeah, well, this is pretty easy here, isn't it? In the studio, and you picked out the background for the green screen. And we have 3 cameras, and I think they were going to put your name under your picture when you talk.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, all right. And I hope you'll be doing a little bit of videotaping of things in the community, too, to put on Access, not just creative things. You know, something you're interested in, an organization you belong to, or a talk you're going to...
I don't really belong to any organization. My organization is just me. I just do. I belong to Cub Scouts, which isn't Cub Scouts, which my mom just told me.
Many people that are on television, on national television, get a chance to say, "Hi, Mom," but your mom is in the studio, isn't she?
Well, the studio is my house.
Okay,
So-
say hi, Mom.
Hello, Mommy. She can just come into the show and. Oh, come on! Don't be shy. Come on, come here. I'm gonna pull you over. Come on.
I don't think she's going to.
No, she's just over there at the door. Inside lines. On the sidelines.
So your friend who's quiet on your show, is he a neighbor or your brother?
Alex, I think he's neither. He's my friend.
Okay, well,
I wish he'd be at this interview. It'd be because both of us are the actors. We just didn't have time. I just wish he would be here. I was just planning all along. But
well, he can come in the next show.
he might. I can. He just lives up the road. He's not. I don't know if he's shy or not, but he's quiet, like when he talks.
Well, usually my co-producer sits in this chair, and we call her Motor Mouth because she talks all the time. So you can come and be young Motor Mouth, and he can sit here and be quiet.
No, he can. He can talk.
He can talk.
Oh, my music teacher. He lives in New York now. He works at Final Frame Post on 22nd Street. It's where you mix sound.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably just send something to him and just.
You just overflowing with ideas, aren't you? Mm. What are you going to do when you get older than 10? You're going to be a national producer or write movies or star in them, direct them?
Well, what I've been making plans for when I grow up. It's kind of a long story, but I can tell you half of it. I would like to build a studio into my house and film there, so I won't have to come here. And I'm planning to create my own channel, Morosco's Comedy Network.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, but in the first episode of the show, it says, when my dad is walking down the stairs and I'm sleeping on the couch, it says Morosco's Comedy Network presents The Awkward Couple.
All
so
right.
That's what you notice about it.
Oh.
So that's a little hint of what I want to do when I grow up.
Neato, neato. Well, let's take a look at your productions.
Okay. Oh, it's you.
Yes, of course it's me. Look what came up in our yard today.
Huh, it's a flower. Is it a flower?
Yes, do you want to smell it?
It smells pretty good. What is that, dandelion? What was that?
That was an exploding flower.
So, is there any more explosive things on your mind?
No, but I think I wanted to tell you something.
What?
Jimmy is moving in.
What? You're kidding.
Nope.
Yes! Wait,
What?
are you sure it's my best friend Jimmy and not some other Jimmy?
Frank, I am sure it is your best friend, Jimmy.
Yes! Hold on again.
What now?
I know what we could do to surprise him.
What?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Surprise! Ugh. So, is there any more explosive things I need to know about? Ah! What's wrong with you? You ruined my afternoon nap.
Frank, would you just stop being lazy and go outside and do something?
Like what?
We could play hide and go seek.
You know what? That's a great idea.
Let's go!
Ah! Frank, why did you scare me?
I don't know. It's my job.
Well, why don't you get a job someday? Maybe we'll keep you from scaring people.
Frank, I was just gonna tell you that you were gonna slingshot yourself.
Thanks for the late notice. I'm gonna hide in this trash can.
Frank, where are you? I found you!
Yeah, did. Ah! What was that for, Harry?
Yeah, why did you blow the whistle?
Because it's time for dinner.
Dinner? Let's do this.
Frank, why is Scary serving bananas?
Because you know he can't cook. One time he made that pancake. Remember?
One. Who wants pancakes?
Those are pancakes?
Yeah, they look like a crumbled up piece of paper.
I should really take cooking lessons.
Oh, that's what happened.
Okay, kids, let's go to bed.
Come on, Jimmy.
Oh, I had a great sleep last night. Did you?
Who wants some apples?
I'll pass.
Me too.
Let's go outside.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Frank, got ya.
Frank, you've got me several times.
I know. So, what do you want to do now?
Maybe we could go up in the treehouse. Oh, we had a great time.
Yeah.
We played hide and go seek. You scared me several times. Slingshotted myself. You snored.
I did?
Shh. And the most important thing was, we had a good time.
Yeah.
Huh. What is this?
Salt water.
Oh! Oh!
That's hot and spicy mustard.
Oh! So, Jimmy, do you want to have game day today?
Sure, what do you want to play?
Ping pong?
Ping pong? Where are we going to get a ping pong set?
We have one. It's in France.
In France? How are we going to play ping pong when the ping pong table's in France?
Well, it's on the plane coming toward home.
But how is a big ping pong table going to fit on a plane?
Well, the thing is, we don't have a whole table, but we have a set.
Okay, but when is it going to get here?
In 2 hours.
What are we going to do in those 2 hours?
We can play on the swing.
Great idea.
Hold them. Sure. Hold them. Okay, give it back. There.
Three, two, one.
Why is it that breakfast, lunch, and dinner we have to eat a banana?
You guys know I can't cook.
Yeah, but why don't we just go out to a restaurant?
I know something better than a restaurant.
Like, what?
You'll find out.
Okay, that was just weird. Let's play. Score. Okay, Frank. Let's not get Jimmy in our way.
Are you ready
banana.
You guys know I can't cook.
Yeah, but why don't we just go out to a restaurant?
I know something better than a restaurant.
Like what?
You'll find out.
Okay, that was just weird. So I wanted to ask you a question.
What?
How do you win?
There's no certain strategy.
So?
So I play normal. Have you even been paying attention?
Maybe. No, I've not been paying attention at all.
Okay, how about you just pay attention more?
Well, and so I want to take a break from ping pong. Can we go outside?
Yeah, that's all right with me.
Okay. Okay, one more time.
Just keep going. You can cut the first part of it out if you mess up.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Why is it that breakfast, lunch, and dinner we have to eat a banana?
You guys know I can't cook.
Yeah, but why don't we just go out to a restaurant?
I know something better than a restaurant.
Like what?
You'll find out.
Okay, that was just weird. You were wrong. No, you were supposed to say there was no certain strategy.
Oh. No, I was just supposed to say, it's just for fun.
No, you weren't. You said there was no certain strategy.
No. Wait, yeah.
Come on. Okay, 5. I don't know what we should play.
Yeah, there's so many suggestions, and they're all hurtful.
Oh, I know what we could play.
What?
Hide and go seek.
Great idea. Ha! I scared you.
Yeah, right.
On.
Here I am.
Frank, you don't just pop out and say, "Here I am." I don't think you even know how to play.
Of course I do.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, how's this game go again?
What?
Frank! Wake up, wake up!
Hey, huh? Who turned out the lights? Jimmy, did you push me over? Jimmy? Jimmy! Will somebody please just help me up?
Okay. Who said that?
Me, I'm down here.
Is there a ghost around here?
No, I'm Frank. I'm under the chair.
How'd you get under the chair, Frank?
Well, Jimmy pushed me over. So could you get me up?
Oh, I think you can crawl out of there just fine. That chair's not that heavy.
No, there's duct tape stick to the carpet that I landed on. Okay, can you unravel the tape? Yay! I'm free! Whoa! Whoa!
Surprise!
You know I have one too.
Wait, what?
to be some kind of strategy.
Nope, he told me he just plays normal.
That's the same answer I got.
Here, drink this. It's hot sauce.
Why did you give me hot sauce?
Because it'll help keep you focused.
How will hot sauce keep you focused?
You'll see.
9 points. One more and I win. 10 points. I got the $100.
Alright, you win.
You can have it.
I don't want it.
We can give it to the homeless people.
Okay, that's a great idea.
I love doing nice things for people.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed William and Nan, of course. And just for a couple minutes, I'm going to tell you about my most recent book because Nan asked me to. And it's written by Kate Atkinson. And a lot of you probably already know about her. Her most recent book is called Life After Life. And it's an Amazon Best Book of the Month for April. And here's a little bit of the review. They do a better job than I probably could. Every time Ursula Todd dies, she's born again. So hence, life after life. Each successive life is an iteration on the last, and we see how Ursula's choices affect her, those around her, and so boldly, the fate of the 20th century world. Most impressive is how Kate Atkinson keeps the complexity of her postmodern plotting so nimble. Life After Life approaches the universe in both the micro and macro sense, balancing the interior lives of Ursula's friends and family with the weight of 2 world wars. How many writers could make a domestic drama as compelling as the London Blitz? Life After Life is an extraordinary feat of narrative ambition, an audacious genre bender, and a work of literary genius.
Okay, is that fiction or nonfiction?
Oh, it's definitely fiction. Definitely.
Oh, it's fiction?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
you couldn't have somebody real that died time after time.
Well, the book I'm reading is Old Souls,
Oh,
about scientific evidence for reincarnation.
oh, interesting.
Just,
You'll have to talk about that.
I
Next
won't,
time.
don't worry.
Don't run now. Walk quietly to the exit. Okay,
That
Athens.
sounds interesting.
It is interesting. It's really good. And she's such a wonderful, marvelous writer. And don't let all that stuff about genre bending and postmodern put you off. She is very clear, wonderful writer, very understandable. She's not Henry James or anybody like that. She's a very easy person to read and wonderful novelist. Her where she gets her ideas, I don't even know. But anyhow, Athens, we got to go. And it's been wonderful to spend an hour, don't you think, with Athens?
That's right.
I've
and
enjoyed it.
She's a good responder. She's, what do you say? When I tell a joke, you laugh. So what do you call that?
I don't know, crazy, foolish, a people pleaser. I'm easy to make laugh. I like to laugh. I think that's the best part. One of the best parts of life is to get a good joke and laugh at it. So Athens, come back next week and I'll tell you a good joke. How about that?
All right.
You like that?
Yes. And
Hail and farewell.
I'm not going to do Mickey Mouse again.
No,
No.
I'm doing Caesar. Hail and farewell. See you next week.
So long.